Hello, everyone. This is Biz Chicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to keep the hassle out of your hustle. And today we are here with our money mindset coach, Coach Caren Fern, all the way from Toronto, Canada. So I highly suggest that if you have not already, get your pencils and paper because Coach Karen always has something to help us get our money mindset in order, whether it's in our business or our personal life. And so we are always excited when she comes into the studio, not to mention how far she has to come just to be with us. So we really appreciate your time, Coach,
You're welcome.
and your talents. So tell us a little bit about what we're going to be talking about today.
Thanks for that wonderful intro, Terry. And today we'll be talking about treating your business like your number one client. Important stuff, guys. Thank you for the replay watchers and who are going to join us live today. It is,
Cecilia's in the house.
who?
Cecilia.
Oh, hi, Cecilia. It's going to be, ooh, we're getting closer to the end of the year. We are like, what, 4 weeks, 5 weeks away, if that. And let's do something great for that time. Get yourself there, gently nudge yourself towards whatever it is you want to nudge yourself towards. And today we're talking about this, but make no mistake, I always thought personally. So your number one client is you. You're the one who decided to start this business. You're the one who decide you're going to help people. You're the one that decide you're going to change your financial status, because let's face it, you're going in to do what you love, but some part of you knowing that you need to either bring more income, you look at your budget, you probably think it need more. And even if you don't think it does, some part of you is needing to fill, whether it's for yourself, your kids, your grandkids. Any one of those things will allow you to, want to do this sort of stuff. So it don't always be just for you. Sometimes it's just you looking at the future people too. And if you look at your business, if you look at you that way, you would really propel you forward. And then when you do the same thing with your business, the same thing will happen. You gotta really pay attention to this, okay? So today we're gonna talk about, like I said, what you decide to do, what your business needs. You're gonna really decide on what your business needs. So what you need, what you want, and then what your business needs, because they kind of tie themselves in together. Then we're going to go and work on growing that mindset activity, because we don't want you to be busy. We want you to be actively doing what you say you're going to do. And then we're going to make sure that your financial positioning matches your wants and your needs. And this is where sometimes people get tied up. I'm going to really start at the last one here, because if you're feeling nice and cozy and you really like me, I love to sew. So I make a lot of my Christmas gifts, but I start like in October, and I'm setting aside 2 hours, maybe 3 hours a day. So I go buy fabric. Maybe this year I'm doing a lot of sweatsuits for the kids and lingerie. And so I know how much time it's going to take. And if it's taking me a little longer, I give myself enough room so I'm not panicking in December. By the end of this month, every gift is ready to be wrapped. And once my tree go up next week, I can stick it under there.
Exactly.
Here's the other thing. If you are saying to me is, well, Karen, I'm short of cash, I can't do that in advance. Start a Christmas fund. This is the best time for me to tell you that. Start a Christmas fund. And if you started in January, I promise you by October, you're going to be smiling, because you're going to have most of it ready to go. Also, budget how much money you want to spend on each person that you want to give a gift to. And then you're working around thinking throughout the year what you want to get for them, because you're seeing their behavior, you're seeing what they're doing, you see what their need is, and you know how you want to contribute that way. All right, so we're talking personal right now. Let's get to business. Same thing. Save for your business. If you know that you want to get a coach by the middle of next year, you got 6 months to save for that coach. So when you when you hire the coach, you'll be able to pay for it, and you won't be worried about paying her or him, you'll be worrying, you'll be focusing on the work that he or she's giving you to do, and you can concentrate. If you're starting a new business, you can save for it also, and you want to find out all the things that you need so that you can get in there and save that money ahead of time. Money really distracts us a lot of times from the things we really want to do, whether it's consciously or unconsciously. Because if
say that again,
consciously or unconsciously,
money distracts us
you, yeah,
from the things we want to do.
Yes.
I heard someone say this morning, I'm working in my passion, but I'm giving to my purpose. So when we work in our passion, and God blesses us with wealth, because it's He who gives us power to get wealth.
Yes.
Then we can give to our purpose.
Yes. Yes.
And is that what you mean by money can be distracting? Because
money could be distracting on both ways, because when you don't have enough money, you're distracted, and what happened is you find yourself doing other things than what you're supposed to do. But it's not because you don't want to do that thing. Sometimes when people procrastinate, people say, well, just do this and do that, you got to ask them, what is going on? Anytime somebody said I'm procrastinating, I ask them what is going on. And usually it takes them 10, 15 minutes. They're like, nothing is going on. Nothing is going on. I'm like, what is really going on? Because whatever is going on is pulling you away from your true purpose or the thing you really want to accomplish. And it looks like procrastination. It shows up like I don't want to do it. But what really is happening? And I'm going to give you a perfect scenario where people would be saying, I want to get this business started, but they'll clean their house, they'll wash laundry, they'll cook food, they'll go shopping. Now, some of that money could have been towards the business, but what they're doing is getting a relief right away. And this relief is helping them feel better and avoiding what it is they truly want to do. Why are they avoiding it? Failure. They're avoiding it because they could be successful. They're avoiding it because of what people are going to say. They're avoiding it because it might not work out. So they
don't want to be embarrassed.
Right. So embarrassment, shame. My younger sister always said to me, Caren, but you went through it. I said, yes, it's good to feel shame, embarrassed, frustrated, and all those feelings, because when you feel it, you can get past it. Once it's done, it's done. Like, feel it and then move through it and move past it. Because if you don't, money will show up and distract you from it. You'll be short of money. You won't have enough money, or the money.
I don't know if Coach Caren,
where somebody would pay you and the money goes right out to your out of your hands, out of your wallet. And that's because you're functioning on this level where you can't keep anything you think because of all the other stuff that's happening to you. Money is never just, it comes and you buy and it goes. Whatever is happening and you're feeling before you get the money dictates what happens when the money do come in. If I am desperate and I'm like, I need to get my first client, and as soon as she's come in, this is what my brain started doing with me. And I know it happened to a lot of people. I'm going to buy this, and this. I'm going to give this, and this away, and I'm going to do this, and this. And the money comes in, and all of that happened, and you just distributed out all the money that came in. All of it is gone, and you're like, people do that with paychecks too. And they're like, oh, it's gone. Well, that's because you didn't sit down with yourself and feel your feeling. Go through what needs to happen. Do not give it an assignment unless it's in your budget. Do not give it an assignment that was not there. If you acquire $10,000 yesterday, people like ask this question. This is why. And everybody says, I'm going to do this. No, do what you've been doing before. Allow yourself a week or two if you're not used to getting big money like that, and do nothing. Let the money be. And then really sit with yourself and write down what needs to happen, what you really want to see happen. And then change it up a couple of times before you say yes to it, because it's just testing you. Because I promise you, if you touch that $10,000, it's like that. Every single person going to come, and there's every need that you know of is going to appear. And you'll feel that you need to do it. Versus if you had said, 10 for tidings, 10 for savings, 10 for investing, and then let me see what the 70% I want to do with it. You won't get around to giving away that 10%, or you truly think that you need to give away half of it or all of it. And it feels like involuntary, but that's what we do. Why am I talking about this? Because this is exactly what I mean when I talk about number one. When you do this, you cannot I don't care who you are. You cannot, if you're starting your business, get it off the ground because you've started a pattern that you're not in control of it anymore.
Mm.
But if you recognize and you understand, I implore on you to go pray about it. Go sit with the Lord and let Him guide you. If nothing more, forget what I tell you. Don't worry about me. You go and talk with Him about it. Go spend some time, and He is going to direct your steps and totally what to do with it.
Yes.
He's going to help you. He's going to help you because He wants you to be a good manager. And because you're not at the moment, that's why all this stuff is coming up. This is just why it's coming up. Anyway.
Wow. Well, we have Marie in the studio. She says, Happy Thanksgiving.
Hi, Marie.
Yes. So, yeah, you talked about this a couple of years ago about these sneaky fears
Yes.
that are operating in the back
Mhm.
of our minds
Yes.
that we're not really aware of.
Yes.
And I think this is a really good subject, whether you're running a business or not.
Or not.
Your
Yeah.
life is a business.
That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. I run my household for years like a business. I know some people don't like it. My husband hated it. I had a good friend of mine. She used to be so mad with me initially. And then, when times got tough and she was like, okay. You have to. You have to. My sisters at time get mad at me. Why am I keeping all those receipts? I'm being mean. I'm not being mean. I'm making sure that I understand where I'm going. If I'm not a good manager, I'm always not going to have anything. That's just facts.
Well, God only give you what you can manage.
Yeah.
When He gave out those talents, it was according to their ability.
Yes.
And so if He sees that you have a great ability to manage, He'll give you more.
More will come, more will happen. And to prove this point, my sister had a good friend, and I'll tell you, Rose, and she was a domestic, and she's a young girl, and people used to always ask her why she's a domestic. And she said one day she was sitting there talking to me, she's like, people don't understand why I'm a domestic, and she was going through the shame and embarrassment at the time. And I said to her, why are you doing it then? She goes, Karen, I literally love cleaning people's homes. I love looking after their children. I don't know.
She just
if
had a nurturing side.
Yeah, I don't know if I could have any of my own because of some things that had happened to her. And she said, this just makes me feel like I am giving somebody something that I wish I had. She'd look after her mom when she was sick and that sort of thing. And this family had kind of adopted her in, if you will. And she was with them. And she said, and we started talking about money eventually, of course. And she said, I don't have to pay for my overhead. I don't pay for my home and stuff. This is something people don't realize. So we started talking about what she can do with the money and that sort of thing.
Okay, she lived in. Did she live in?
She lived in. Monday to Friday.
Yeah, that's a big
And she ended up, we were in Guyana at the time, and she ended up going to Barbados and furthering that. But let me tell you, that young woman, I said to her, I said, first you need to stop, you need to get the shame from around that out of you one time. You're giving to people what they need and they're loving you for
You're
it.
solving a problem.
Yes. Let me tell you, that family went to Barbados, I can't remember for what, and they took her with them. Her own apartment. She used to get to come home when the lady told her, she says, whenever you want to visit your mom, you just tell us. It don't have to be 2 weeks off. If you want to go spend a month with your mom, you tell her. She said, she was so generous. Roseanne would come to Guyana sometime and spend a whole month, 6 weeks, hang out with her mom, then go back. She loved that family. And when that family kids grew up, she moved on to another family and another family.
Wow.
And
how
she
beautiful.
Stayed in that type of business. And then eventually she met somebody and she got married. She never was able to get any kids, as I said. I thought maybe later, but she still wasn't able to get any kids. And you know what she did? She and her husband, they bought a farm. And that's what they're doing right now. Wow. And God sent her a good person.
How beautiful. How beautiful.
She just waited. When I heard that she got married and who she got married to, what have you, I said, yes, she waited.
Morning, Dr. Tachi. How you doing this morning?
So everybody talents lies someplace. We all can't do the same thing. We all have our own talents, and she was one of those people. I want to tell you guys that understood that she worked for money. That was her passion, but she didn't understand how to make it work for her. And after our conversation, I mean, whenever she came home, she would say, Caren, I had to bring my bank account because I wanted to see what I've been doing.
Because when purpose is not understood, abuse is inevitable. We're not going to do the right thing with it because we don't know what its purpose is for.
Mm-hmm. We don't.
It's sort of like when you show children a rotary telephone, they're like, they don't even know what to do with that. They're looking at it, like, what is this? And why are these holes in here? And why is it making this noise?
They don't know what's going on.
And so they begin to try to figure out, well, what do I use this for?
Right.
And they abuse it, right?
Because when my granddaughter comes on my laptop because it doesn't slide and touch, she's like, what is this? She's around the mouse, and then she goes knocking on the keyboard. She's like, Grandma, it's not working.
Exactly, because she's ready to touch stuff.
On the iPad, she's just sliding on the computer. She's like, what is this? Like, why isn't it?
We begin, like she says, she's hitting it, right? She's abusing it because she's like, why isn't this working? And we do the same thing with our lives when we do not understand the purpose of money.
We do when we don't understand it. So you have to decide what your business needs. And if you don't have a business and this is just you have to decide what you need. What do you want? What do you want out of your life? What do you want from yourself? What are you expecting for you? And regardless, again, this is somebody else's story now. Regardless of what's happening, they were in a private, they asked us for prayer. And I said to her, regardless of what's happening right now, what is it you truly want? You focusing on what's happening right now. I want to know what it is you want. And, this is like week 2 and she can't tell me. And this is my family. She can't tell me, but that's because her mind is focusing on what's happening in front of her. I talk about the front view a lot. The front view is the little lies. The front view is not really what's happening. That's just the front view. That's just getting you all excited and make you do it and make you want to look behind the scenes. Understand, I always tell people, when God put difficult people in front of you, ask yourself what lessons he wants you to learn.
Yes.
Do not shoo those people away. No, I'm not telling you to stay in abuse. I'm not telling you to, what have you. But I'm telling you, when people come in front of you, really find out what's the message. What do you need to learn? Where you need to go next? Where you need to position yourself? Where are you off to? What new things you need to go and accomplish, learn, study, develop? Figure that out. And all of a sudden, that difficult person, they're still difficult, if they still are, but you are not in their difficulties. You have moved from their difficulties. So they're difficult. You're there with them, and you've removed yourself. I'm really good at removing myself from difficult people while they're sitting next to me. I will sit there with a difficult person and I will do me, and they'll be right there and I'll just do me. Now, if it's really bad and it's affecting me, then I go pray about it. I meditate about it. I spend my time figuring out some things for me. I'm not trying to change them and fix them. That's not my job. That's a God job. It's not mine. I ain't trying to do it.
It's not right. It's not wrong. It's just different. And we can choose whether or not to have that and allow that in our lives. And what do we used to say in the 70s? It's your life. I'm just living in it. Well, it's my life and you're just living in it. And I can decide what role you play.
Yes.
How many lines you get.
Yes. Like that. And you have to, because when you do that, you're just looking after your needs or your business needs and that sort of thing. You're not getting involved. It takes away a lot of energy from you. I'm a bubbly, extroverted person, but that's because I am just naturally that, and I refuse to let anybody drain my energy.
I have had people say, Terry, why do you smile all the time? Especially on jobs. Supervisors like, you're always smiling. Like that's a bad thing?
It's a rare thing, Terry. So when they see it a lot, they have to mention it. Why are you always so happy? I get that all the time. Like, what are you laughing at? Like, what's the
You
joke? Like,
know, God is
I'm alive, guys.
good.
I woke up this morning. I am healthy.
There is so much to be grateful for. I'm with you, Coach. I just like, what are you talking about?
And so all these things that we're talking about is going to work, growing your mindset, understanding where you are and where you need to be and seeing yourself there. You know, that's why I love vision boards. Vision boards is really about seeing where you could be, even when you're in the worst situation. You want to start a business and you're treating it like your client. Where do you see your business? Do you see a business growing with a team? Do you want 3 people on your company, in your team? And how are you going to get those 3 people? What are you doing towards every time something negative come up that's holding you back? Start envisioning where you want to go, where you want to see. When I wanted 60 clients, that's what I look after every morning. Once I finish my meditation, my prayer, I really look towards the 60 client, how I'm going to serve them, how I'm going to hire, who's going to be serving them, what my team look like, what their uniform is going to look like, how the interview going. I mean, sometimes I used to have the real full-on meeting in the morning with all these people that wasn't present. It was just me, myself, and I. Me, myself, and I. God is just at the head of the table, and we are doing our thing. We're sitting there. We're getting it ready. We're getting it ready to go. And when you're focused like that, and you know where you're going, all of a sudden, it feels like all of a sudden guidance, but the guidance have always been there. Next thing you know, I jump in my car and I'm going. And I tell you, Terry, when I first started doing this, I got so many clients from not knowing where I was going. But I was being led, and I get in my car and I go. My husband hated it. He used to say, Caren, you're just crazy. That don't make no sense. But anytime I got in my car and I had the feeling in my gut that I needed to go and I leave, I might get a client right away, but it's always the step towards a client. And sometimes it was a client. And I would just keep building. Same with the employees. I didn't even I did put out some ad, but most of the people found me. They were looking for work. People call me up. There's somebody so-and-so looking for a job. Are you hiring? And I was like, yes. Without these 60 clients, by the way, but I was hiring, you understand? Yes. Because I was going to get 60 clients. And we got so busy. But here's the other part I want to really, really mention. When you get busy, don't forget what was happening. Don't forget your first client. Make sure you still have the meetings in the morning. Don't get comfortable and relax. Don't forget where you start. Keep the momentum going. And that's the tricky part in growing the mindset, because sometimes, most times, human beings, we get comfortable. But like I hit 60 clients. Before you hit the 60, if you had 40, what was the next number you wanted to get? Like, what was your ultimate goal? Do you want to have 120 clients? If they feel like what I'm talking about, numbers is a numbers game. If you're looking to get that number of clients, then your job is to keep doubling until you get there. Then when you get there, what's next? What happens when you get there? Who do you want to be in charge? Do you still want to run things? Are you looking for an operational manager? You're looking for an office assistant? Like, know these things ahead of time so that you can find these people, the right people. Hiring truly is about understanding what you need for you, understanding what your business need for your business, and then setting up the culture way before anybody come in, so that when they come in, they're meeting a happy boss, an energized boss, a boss who's joyous and want to be there. One of my longest employees said to me, she says, Caren, I hated cleaning when you hire me, but I so desperately need a job. And I took it, and I would complain about working this job. She said, I hate it. And she said, one day you were talking to the client, and it was like this. I was like, it's like I got this message that this is where I'm supposed to be. You know, our woman has worked for me for 15 years. Oh my God, 60 years. Last year, she got sick right now, so she doesn't work. But we're still in contact. We still talk.
For real. That is a long-term relationship.
I'm telling you, we're family. We're family. Like, she comes see me. Yes, I go see her. I send stuff for her. I got to give her a call at the end of this week just to check in to see how she's doing. Came on as not a person who want to clean, but just understood that she needed a job, and this was the job she can get at the time. And she learned a valuable skill that she didn't have. And
You know something. My grandmother was a domestic. My mother put herself through college as a domestic. Um, this is a honorable occupation, and
yes,
wow.
people just choose to look down on it. But I tell people, a cleaning technician is just as it's a trade, just like a plumber.
Yes, and they
Because if you
used
don't
to
know to use
teach
the
it.
right chemicals on stone, you're gonna damage somebody's stone, granite,
Yes.
quartz. You don't know understand how to clean hardwood floor versus loam versus tile. You don't know how to get out grout. I could go on and on. Don't get me started in that area, but there's
Well,
techniques and there's just
I
tools.
say all that to say, that whatever you're doing, if it's solving a problem,
Mhm.
then you're benefiting someone's life.
Somebody's life is being changed minute by minute, day by day. There's so many people who depend on when the cleaner come in to have a conversation.
Hmm.
Because I'd
Hmm.
serve a lot of seniors. So when you're in there, I got to tell the girls, you're going to have conversation. This is it for the day. This is what they're getting. So they want to talk with you. They want to have this interaction. You got to do your work, but you can't go in there feeling sour or don't want to have a conversation. This would not be the job for you. People want to talk, and this is all they get. Sometimes once a week, they're looking forward every Tuesday. Victoria's going to be there. I remember I had this client say to me, Caren, is this Tuesday or Monday? Because I wasn't sure when Victoria is coming back. And I said to her, Victoria coming Thursday.
Got
she
two
was
more
just,
days.
but she was just missing Victoria. So she called up
Hmm.
to find out what day it was. I'm like, I'll see.
And you know something, most of the interaction with our customers involves, well, not with all of our customers, but with some of our customers, it is a required thing that we interact and have conversation,
Mm-hmm.
because that's really why they're doing business with us, because
That's why.
they know us, they like us, and
Mm-hmm.
they enjoy
Yes.
the
Yeah.
conversation. Now, if you're not, a party person, this may seem like an inconvenience, but once you realize what's going on, that other people have different needs,
Yes.
then you can settle back and, you know what I mean, and
Yes.
enjoy the
Yeah.
interaction.
And yeah,
It's not a waste of time.
it's not a waste of time. Extra 15 minutes with somebody who is
Hmm.
just asking you a question or to do something, it's not going to kill you. Like, don't worry about it. Like let's weave in that extra 15 minutes and just listen to her. Maybe she just want to tell you about a doctor's appointment and how it went because her kids are not picking up the phone at the moment and you're there. You
Hmm.
never know. That comforting word. No, those words. Those are the little things that people love when they hire somebody.
Yes.
For me and for the online world, like sometimes it's just an email or a quick call that somebody says, "Listen, I know you're busy, but I'm really having a hard time with setting up X, Y, and Z." Although I don't set up people computer, but if it was a problem as a client of mine this morning, like this morning, somebody dinged me for that. And I said to her, it was simple. She just didn't know. I said, press escape on the computer, wait, make sure, everything disappear, give it some time, plug them back up. She was panicking. I was the first person she needed to reach out to. I didn't make it a problem. I just give her the instructions, walk her through it. Her computer's up and running. Everybody's happy. She can get back to business. Yeah,
There you
I'm not a
go.
computer tech, but I'm in business. And if I
But
can
we
lend a
do know
hand,
some things, you know what I mean? We may not be
absolutely.
able to break this puppy open and work on a motherboard, but we do sort of, or we can help her by Googling it for her and say,
Right?
okay, this is what they say to do.
And then you just walk the person through it. And so rarely when somebody said I don't like business, I used to be saying why, and then I calmed down a couple of years, but over 10 years now I'm like, if all you want to do is go to work and you're happy at your job, that's fine. You don't have to have anything. But if financially the job is not meeting your needs, then you might want to think about what next to do. And
You may
that's where
want
we
to
work out on
have
each
you considered? Oh my
exactly.
goodness. Well, Coach, we are,
Oh my God, where did the
I
time
know, I
go?
know, I know. So you want to recap for us real quick
Yes,
on how
yes.
to make
This
your
morning we talked about
business.
treating your business as a number one client. And truly, if you're treating you right, you will pass that over to your business. You truly will. You will really treat your business right. You will pick yourself up quickly when you're noticing you're not going down the right thing. The right road, the right avenue, taking the right corner. If you're do self-care, please. And if you don't, you want to start taking care of yourself from the crown of your head to the sole of your feet. Take care of yourself outwardly and inwardly, the mind, the body, the whole soul, everything, right? And then decide what it is. And let's go over to the business now, what a business needs, and sit with yourself and figure out what it needs. And even if it feels difficult, hard, and you don't know how to accomplish it, still write it down, because then you actually attacked it. You're making sure you're looking after that. And then go to work on your mindset. Actively activate it. Don't park it. Find out some things about you. Find out how you can grow. Get that vision board out. I do have a vision board book course if you want to buy it. And get yourself there. It's just $36. Get in there and just work through the process of it. And get out it and get it going. And then make sure that your financial position matches your wants and your needs. And that's both personal and business. Because money has a way of distracting you from all the goodness that you want to do. Because even if you didn't have any money, if you say, well, money's not a big deal for me, I just go about doing what I want to do, might be true. But then something might pop up. And if you don't have the money to do it, you start getting distracted in other areas instead of focusing on what you're doing. And it's, money have its own sneaky lies that Terry and I talk about. The sneaky lies that will just.
So when is, okay. Thank you for that recap. But when is the vision course, and how do people sign up for it?
I'm going to get a link for the bit. I'm going to get a link for it and pop it in the Biz Chick. So maybe in the circle.
Thank you.
Yes. And if you guys are in the circle, I did put in a PDF there. I sent one to Cecilia. Just giving you a little to-do list for, to keep you going.
Fantastic. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I had a moment there. I just want to say that we are always excited when you come to talk to us, Coach, and we want to know more about the Vision Board class, because we want to encourage all the Biz Chicks to attend. So if you could give us a link soon, we'll have that up and we'll be letting people know about it. Okay.
Yeah, I probably should do a workshop. With it. I just decided evergreen, but I'll just do a workshop with it. Just to come in and get stuff ready, and it'll be fun.
Dr. Tachi says you are fantastic.
Thanks, Tachi.
Dr. Tachi, are you going to be doing the social media broadcast tomorrow? Let us know, because I know on Wednesdays she does her broadcast.
Okay.
So, yes. So I want to make sure that everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving to all my American friends.
Yes, I know you had your Thanksgiving last month.
Yeah.
So we appreciate the greetings, and we say, have a great day, guys. And remember, tomorrow is Thursday. We will be doing a replay because it's Thanksgiving in America. So Robin will not be here live. We'll be doing an encore of one of her previous shows, but on Friday we'll be back with the Tech Divas talking tech in English and breaking it down for you. Okay, so with that, we want to remind you, go to the front of your own line, have a great day, and make your business your number one client.
Yeah.
Remember, you can find Coach Caren everywhere on Profits in Daily. I want to make sure that I do that properly.
Oh, wow. What is this framing going on here?
I know. I think I hit something I had no business probably over here in the brand.
But it overlay on the brand.
Yes. What am I doing here now? I got stuff going on. Okay. This is so funny.
A lot of buttons to press.
Yes. This is, okay. So now let me change this because I'm moving stuff around. So with that, I want to remind you to go to the front of your own line. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.